Hello everyone, this is Babamots. Welcome to some more Homeworlds game commentary. Today I've got Tilt and YaiHar, and both of these players are, I think of them as being quite good, but don't have I don't have a good enough feel for just how good they are, I think. Um, Tilt's been really impressive lately. They got the top spot on the arena, the ladder system last season, and YaiHar I think is just pretty good all around. Let's see. Tilt goes first, gets large yellow Gemini. YaiHar also takes large yellow Gemini. Tilt moves out right away. Oh, no, changes their mind actually. Trades for red. Okay. Yeah, in a smaller universe, I often like to get red earlier than I might otherwise. Things can get scary otherwise. Okay, now Tilt moving out fairly early here to medium blue. YaiHar trading for yellow. Looks like Tilt's going to go after the greens. YaiHar can safely build yellow again. Might try to cut Tilt out of the yellows, having a little bit of indecision. Not a good thing to even consider. Tilt can capture that very comfortably. They thought about it twice. Okay. YaiHar a little indecisive here. Ends up going with the yellow build. Tilt spreads out the greens again. I think I would have probably built green just to make it a little harder for... Oh, well, no. What am I saying? YaiHar doesn't have to trade for green. They'll be building green directly. Yeah, if Tilt had built, then YaiHar would have built a medium, I'm sure. Okay, YaiHar spreading out and taking up a small yellow in the process. Brings it up to mediums. So YaiHar is kind of starting to cut Tilt out of the yellows. Okay, Tilt now gets a little green back at home. If YaiHar builds this medium, then Tilt has a full-blown factory. Although they probably wouldn't want to use it. So let me pull up my whiteboard here. If Tilt were to build... Oh, sorry. If YaiHar were to build this G2, and if Tilt sacrificed the G3 to build the last two mediums and a large, then there would still be one large green left in the bank that YaiHar could build. And because Tilt doesn't have any yellow, I think YaiHar actually comes out ahead in that case. So Tilt's not quite in shopping spree range yet. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, so YaiHar I think is safe to build that medium green. But they pursue the yellows for now, which I think it might actually be better. Okay, Tilt going for their medium green. I think that's good. YaiHar now, ooh. I don't know if I like this. So normally I'd say taking a medium yellow out of the bank to bring your large yellow closer into range is a good thing. But under the circumstances, YaiHar's yellow ships are kind of occupied. They're busy occupying the yellow stars. It's kind of tying them down. Tilt at this point, if they trade for Y2, YaiHar can't safely build that large yellow that becomes available. And so Tilt is actually the one in a good position to build that Y3. So YaiHar is going to have to try to occupy that Y3 star. They're running out of ships for occupying the yellow stars. That's not very comfortable. I don't like this. I don't like this move in this case. Yeah, YaiHar takes it back, builds the medium green. I think that's probably better. Tilt, I think, should still probably be... Oh, no, no, now they're... Yeah, now it's shopping spree time. I was thinking maybe they wanted the Y2 trade while they had a chance, but this is probably better. YaiHar can blow up the greens here, but Tilt still comes up by a large ship. Uh, Tilt, though, I think still should be a little worried about being left out of the yellows entirely. Let's see if that happens. YaiHar, oh really? Not gonna blow up all those ships? Gonna use the factory instead. Factory for red. Okay, that opens up the medium reds for Tilt. But it is a good head start on the reds. If I'm Tilt, I would be counting my blessings that YaiHar didn't take out my mediums here. And I think I'd trade for the medium yellow. Might even trade the large green for a large yellow out here, since YaiHar can't safely build that G3. In fact, I think I like the Y3 trade better, because Tilt is then threatening to get get more yellow and to get another large green. Although this protects these guys, that's probably better. Okay. Okay, good thought. YaiHar has a good red advantage. Tilt only has the one red ship, so YaiHar's invasion, Tilt could spend their only red ship to take this medium. YaiHar can't get to Tilt's home immediately with a large, but they can come in with a yellow and be ready to knock out the yellow star for pretty cheap. It's not a terrible idea. I guess YaiHar might have seen some problem with it that I'm not seeing offhand. Looks like YaiHar now wants to spread out, be better prepared to build the rest of those yellows, maybe, or... Oh, and the obvious thing that I'm kind of overlooking here is that since the row of small stars is connected to YaiHar's home, YaiHar needed to get rid of one of these yellows, whether by sacrifice or move. So they sacrifice the little yellow to move in a green. They're still creating that issue for Tilt, where if they sacrifice their only red, then they are redless. But they've also cleared out the yellow concentration and creating a threat of taking over some of these ships. So that seems pretty good too. Tilt, though, oh, okay. Building into an overpopulation, getting their mothership back, and get a spare build. I bet they take the red. Yeah. Okay, so that defends. Gets Tilt some more red, so it's not such a danger anymore. And generally, Tilt is looking pretty good with that additional large ship especially. Okay, YaiHar sacrificing G3? No, they haven't got nearly enough room to build the yellow they'd like to. They can't even build two yellows safely. At the second one, Tilt can move in with the Y2 for the overpopulation. Okay, YaiHar spreading out the reds instead. Yeah, Tilt could actually invade with the immediately with the Y2 sacrifice, but I bet they, well, I bet they don't, because YaiHar can escape with just a Y1 sacrifice. Tilt invading with the mothership. That's a bold move. I don't think that works out, though. YaiHar, let's see. With this invasion, if YaiHar counter-invades, sacrificing the Y2, bringing the Y3 over. If Tilt now sacrifices Y2, let's say, to move the mothership into YaiHar's home and recall another ship, then YaiHar sacrifices R2, takes both of the reds. I guess that does work out for YaiHar. Oh yeah, it works out for YaiHar, so this is a bad move for Tilt. Um, I think. Oh no, I think that's death. Yeah, YaiHar. I think you've got. I think you've got the right idea. I think you. Oh, well, YaiHar doesn't seem to think so. Really resigning by suicide? Okay, maybe not. A little indecisive here. No. That's not going to be so good. Hmm. Okay, so this is interesting too. So I think the direct counterattack would have worked out for YaiHar. I think. I'm not positive. But this leaves Tilt's homeworld without a large. I think if YaiHar, if it were YaiHar's turn again and YaiHar simply invaded, um, Tilt would Tilt would lose. So Tilt has to respond to this, and they really have to. Let's see, can they build? They can't build their way to a large defense. So they've got to sacrifice the Y2 to bring a green home. So that comes out to YaiHar's advantage, I think. Even though, so let's see, YaiHar has sacrificed a Y1 was all. Tilt's got to sacrifice the Y2. Oh no. Um, Tilt, I think, should lose here. I think YaiHar should invade. No, 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 no. That's really bad. Um, with this, Tilt can sacrifice Y2 to knock out both sets of three. All right. The green build is not real good either. Tilt can sacrifice Y2 to bring in two greens, and it leaves YaiHar with no mothership. Tilt would still have a large ship. They wouldn't have any yellow to move it around with, but it could get back in business before too long. Yeah, the invasion. Just invade YaiHar. You've got this. I think. If I'm wrong, somebody needs to tell me. Well past Babamots, somebody is going to tell you. This is future Babamots. I'm going to show you exactly what's wrong with YaiHar invading at this point. It's that if YaiHar sacrifices their Y2 from two moves and brings their mothership into Tilt's homeworld, then Tilt is going to do what you should usually do when you're being invaded by a ship that is larger than you can capture. You should try to overpopulate it, which Tilt can do immediately, sacrificing a G3 to build a couple of greens, and then rebuild a G2 out here. Although Tilt will not have a G3 here in the system anymore, they will still have a G2, and at this point, YaiHar is totally sunk without any green, without any yellow. Tilt will definitely win from here. That's why YaiHar did not invade, because both players saw this, and I didn't. And now I'm going to go back to letting past Babamots make a fool of himself by saying that YaiHar is too timid. No, gosh. They're being too timid. All right, I think they're giving a chance to Tilt to get back into this. Yeah, the Y3 sacrifice. Oh, they're going for the greens. I expected them to build. Oh, I was going to say build the reds, but YaiHar's got two reds perched outside of Tilt's home, and so if their mothership were red, then YaiHar could come in with red. So that's not so good. All right, YaiHar now. What you gonna do? You don't have two greens, so you haven't got a factory. Tilt does. Um, G3 sacrifice. Okay, yeah, shopping spree. Not too bad, though it leaves you without any green. Tilt's going to build that green right back. In fact, they'll build back the green and build an R3. Yeah. Um, Gosh, YaiHar, I'm sorry. That was, I think you had it there. But maybe I'm wrong, because I don't think Tilt would have put themselves in that position if YaiHar had a win. Tilt's good. Or so the record would suggest. YaiHar invading this colony, that seems pretty good. Tilt counter invading at this colony, also quite good. The thing is that if Tilt, okay, if YaiHar sacrifices R2 to take a couple of these greens, Tilt may or may not move the G1 in for the overpopulation, negating YaiHar's invasion, but also with this counter invade, Tilt can, for example, sacrifice R2 to capture both one of these greens back and YaiHar's remaining R1 there. So I think on the whole, YaiHar's invasion was probably a mistake, since it leaves Tilt open to do this one. Where was this a second ago? It was in Electra. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I don't like this on the whole. Ooh. Yeah, this I think is by far the most natural move. Tilt, I'm inclined to say Tilt should. Hmm. Should they move in the G1? Well, one thing about overpopulating the greens is that it would leave Tilt without a factory anymore. Though I don't think that was YaiHar's plan. Let's see what Tilt does. Really? Sacrificing the G3. Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. I was looking at the possibility of Tilt doing an ordinary factory with their mothership back at home, but they would have had to have built the G3 here in Altair for the overpopulation. Um, and then they wouldn't get their G3 back. Instead, they're sacrificing the G3 that was at a G2 star, building the G2 star for the overpopulation, but they're not going to trigger it until after they've had a chance to build that G3 back at home. And they've got a spare build out of it. That's cool. Yeah, that's the move of the game for me. Um, I didn't think of that. That was exciting. All right, YaiHar now trying to get back into the greens. Yeah, YaiHar doesn't have any green anywhere. They're about to lose this little ship, I think. Oh, Tilt wants to. I mean, this red, of course, can just run away, but that's time that YaiHar has to spend running away that Tilt is spending developing their position. They've got a factory set up again if the greens ever are exhausted. They're moving a large ship back closer to YaiHar again. Um, Yeah, very nice development move for Tilt, forcing YaiHar to run away. And now, is Tilt going to capture now? Tilt's in no hurry, I suppose, to capture this little guy, because to save it, YaiHar would have to sacrifice their only yellow ship, and a medium at that. Tilt spreading out the green some more. YaiHar building some green. Oh, Tilt not going to bother with the... Oh, sure. All right. No, this is good. Um, Tilt's not going to bother capturing that little red. They're just going to do a shopping spree. Building all that green. I wonder if that large green would be better in Betelgeuse, where it's in a more forward position, more threatening. But it's hard to quibble when you're this far ahead. Okay. YaiHar pushing the green forward. Maybe they want to build some red. They want 2 places to build red, I guess. Tilt's got places to build red too, though, so not sure that's going to work out. Tilt spreading out the yellow. I'm a little surprised nobody's going for the blue. I think Tilt, this would have been a good moment for Tilt to pursue blue, I think. YaiHar builds red. Yeah, Tilt gets bigger red, though. Okay. So if the position were more even, I would say that this is a nice threat against Tilt's large ship. It would be a good opportunity to take Tilt down by a large. YaiHar sacrifices Y2 to move the 2 reds into this colony. But Tilt is so far ahead. Tilt can afford to lose these for a material exchange that's only slightly in YaiHar's favor. Okay, Tilt's got a shopping spree, or a factory. They're taking yellow and red. Yeah, and again, normally I'd say, oh yeah, a medium for a medium and small. That's a good exchange for YaiHar, but that's such a large percentage of YaiHar's forces. It's also their only yellow ship that YaiHar should not take that offered catastrophe. As I was saying, they should not take that offered catastrophe. Should not. They did. Okay, yeah, well, now Tilt can build yellow to their heart's content. Well, I think this was a good game for a while. Tilt's really run away with this now. I think in my own time I will go back and look at very closely at YaiHar's opportunity to invade that back there, because it definitely looked like a win to me. Oh, and YaiHar just concedes. All right, well, um, the coolest move to me was that one I didn't see coming with the G3 sacrifice to build the star for the overpopulation. But I think YaiHar just could be wrong again. I'm going to study that, but I think YaiHar missed their opportunity to counter invade Tilt's home when Tilt was being too cavalier about leaving their home without a mothership. Tilt, how did they get all those larges? My vague recollection now after the game is that Tilt was getting a lot of green. YaiHar was focused on the yellow early on, and having a lot of greens to sacrifice. Tilt just was able to set up lots of nice shopping sprees and factories to polish off the greens and kind of keep YaiHar shut out of it. That's the power of green, everybody. Green is if you can really run away with the green, it can open up your channels in all the others. It's a no, each I love this game because each color has its own funniness to what it means to dominate it. But all right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.